got some crash bars to go in my Tiger 800. So let's have a little gander and see what we got in here. And check out the instructions, I guess. Certainly well wrapped. That's it. I got these from XLMOTO, which I've looked around quite a few different places for them, and these ones were $116.99, which I think is a very good deal. They were a lot more expensive in other places, so I'm quite pleased with that. Now let's try and break into this. It's all shrink wrapped, very well shrink wrapped as well. I don't want to scratch the bars themselves. That'd be very annoyed with that, wouldn't you? Before you even get them on the bike and you've scratched them. Oh, that was a mission. Right, there we are. Just two sides, and presumably one bit that goes in the middle and connects the two of them together. Right, let's see what we got in here. Instructions. Bolts. Spacers. And the little sliders to go. So crash bar protectors. So I've got 3 mounting points in this side. So I've got one there which I've already taken the bolt out of, one there, and there's another one down here. But this one, that one just screws straight into the frame. This one has got a nut behind it, which is not easy to get to. So let me bring you around the other side. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this in here. I've got my spanner onto it. So there's a 14mm nut in there, which I need to get onto. So this is my new bolt and bracket and spacer, which will go through, which will go into there, and then the crash bar then will sit on this. And then I've got the nut that came off the inside of that. So what I'm going to do is just tighten that in and out a few times. I've already done it a bit just to make sure there's no little bits of rust or whatever on the end of the bolt, so it'll be easier to tighten up once, because it's very inaccessible in there. So I'll just tighten that and loosen that a few times just to make sure the threads are all nice and clean. Right, and then that goes in there, and then I have to get this onto the back. Great fun. I'm not going to even try to film that because it's I can't get the camera in there. So I've had to move the gear selector out of the way to get at this last bolt which holds the last bit on. So if I just offer that up and show you where all this goes. So that's going to go in there, and then that's, so that bolt goes into the threads on that. But this bolt goes all the way, it's another, it's basically another engine mount, and the crash bar on the other side fastens into that as well. So I think I need to take off this screw, loosen that out. I don't think I need to take it out, and then screw it back in, and there is threads in this here, so it'll thread into that. These instructions are quite good. So I know for this bit I need bolt number 9. So if we come over to this, we'd see 9 is a 10 by 70. So we've got all our different bolts, and then we've even got a little measuring thing down here so I can see. So that's 60 centimetre long one. That's 60. There we are. So that's the bolt. So that's the bolt we need for it. It's quite handy, that. So that's how that goes. And that goes in there. Lining it up down there as well, of course. So that's that bit. Then, like I said, down here I need to screw in the bolt then from the other side, and that screws into this bit. And then I've got a little bracket there that I've already put on, and that screws, and that bolts on there. So that's that on there on that side. It's a very tight fit. I haven't tightened everything up yet. So yeah, I think it's much the same now on the other side. And then once I've got the other side on as well, I can tighten everything up. Like I said, the bolt that goes through the chassis here is used to hold the crash bar on the other side as well. So yeah, I need to get on that side now then. Alright, you wouldn't believe how long it's taken me just to get that little bracket on. There's a nut in behind that bolt, which is really hard to get at. I've taken off a few bits of bodywork and managed to get in there eventually. I thought I was going to have to take the radiator off to get it, but I've managed to do that now. So right. Time for the rest now then. Alright, so we've got another mounting point here. Let's get this one off. So this one, we've got a mounting point there with that bracket I've just put on. I'll just put on loosely. Mounting point there, and another mounting point there. That's the same bolt that goes through the engine onto a mount on the other side. So the issue I've got here is this part doesn't go in tight enough to the frame. So that bolt there isn't long enough to go all the way through and attach to the other side. What is going on? Alright, so what I thought was going to take me just a couple of hours is taking me most of the day. I think if I was doing this again, I think I'd probably loosen the radiator. That probably would have saved me a lot of time, because I spent so much time trying to get into the bolts at the back, and I couldn't even see them, so I was just trying to guess even what size they were, so that was a real faff. Well, now the last thing to do, just put on these little protectors. Protectors to protect the protector. So there we are. They blend in quite nicely, they're matching the bike quite good. And if the worst ever does come to the worst, you know, drop it. That'll give good protection. I just need to check that bit down there, that's not connected down there. So like I said, I need to get in touch with Givi, but okay, good. Right, bye bye.